Okay, today we're going to learn about the topic or the theme of a story. The topic is what a story is mostly about. We've talked about that before when we did main idea and key details. So the topic is what a story is mostly about. The theme is the moral or the lesson the author wants readers to take away from the story. So we might think about a story's topic. It might be about being yourself. We'll look for a lesson a character learns or can teach. Character tries to be like his brother and misses the thing he enjoys doing. And then step 3, we use clues to figure out the message the author wants you to learn. Character is not happy when trying to be like someone else. And then the theme is in our own words. Be true to yourself. So we start with the topic, and then we look for a lesson the character might be learning. We use clues to help us figure out the message the author wants us to learn, and then we say the theme in our own words. So I'm going to read you a story called Serious Farm. And we're going to use this story to help us figure out theme. Farmer Fred never smiled much. He wasn't a sad fellow. He just very serious. Farming is serious business, he'd say. Nothing funny about corn. Now, because it was Farmer Fred's farm, all the animals acted like he did, so they were very serious too. When he would say, "There's no humor in tomatoes," they'd all agree. The pigs, the cows, the horses, the chickens, the rabbit, the sheep, all extremely serious. One night, Edna, the cow, said, "We've got to get Farmer Fred to laugh. I mean, it's okay to be serious, but not all the time. We need some laughter." "Must admit," said Bernie the goat, "I wouldn't mind smiling again." So why do the animals want laughter on the farm? Because they don't want to be serious all the time. It's not fun being serious all the time. He stretched his mouth and showed all his teeth. It wasn't a very convincing smile. They all decided they needed a plan to make the farm more fun. So they want more fun. They don't want to always be serious. The next morning, as the sun came up, Edna was standing on the fence where Cormac the rooster usually stood. She was barely able to keep her balance. She tried to yell, "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" But since she was a cow, it didn't come out like that at all. It was the first time anyone had done anything funny in months. So, he made all the animals laugh. I'd laugh if there was a cow on a fence saying cock-a-doodle-doo. Farmer Fred just looked out the window and said, "You're not a rooster," and shut the window and went back to sleep. "Wow," said Edna, "this is going to be tougher than I thought." That morning was serious as usual, with Farmer Fred saying things like, "Broccoli's no fun, and I never laugh at bell peppers." "Okay," said Edna to others. "Let's try another idea." When Farmer Fred went to feed the pigs that afternoon, they started barking like dogs. Woof, 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 woof. Everyone thought it was hilarious. But Farmer Fred, "That's more weird than funny," he said as he walked away. "All right," said Edna, "this isn't working. Let's try something new." They sneaked into the house and took some clothes from Farmer Fred's closet and put them on. It wasn't as easy as it sounds. Really trying hard to get Mr. Farmer to laugh. That evening, as the moon lit up the field, Bernie rang the doorbell. Farmer Fred came out onto the porch and said, "What in the world?" The animals were all dancing around in Farmer Fred's clothes. They were terrible dancers, which actually made it funnier. But Farmer Fred just said, "Better not get my clothes dirty." He walked back inside without smiling. For the next 2 weeks, the animals tried everything they could to make Farmer Fred smile a little, but nothing worked. It got to be very discouraging. So why are the animals discouraged when they can't make Farmer Fred laugh? Why do you think so? I think they're discouraged because they think that Farmer Fred's never going to laugh and they're always going to have to live on a serious farm. One night, the animals met in the barn. "Well, I don't know about you," said Edna, "but I can't take it anymore. I have to live somewhere more fun than this. I'm leaving." They all agreed with Edna and packed up their stuff. which wasn't much, and headed out into the night. The next morning, there was no sound of a rooster or even a cow. Farmer Fred looked outside and saw that all the animals were gone. "Oh, no," he said. "All the animals are gone?" Farmer Fred became sad immediately. Now, it was one thing to be serious, but it was another thing to be sad. Farmer Fred didn't like that feeling at all. So why doesn't Farmer Fred like feeling sad? Well, no one really likes feeling sad. He doesn't mind being serious, but he definitely doesn't want to be sad. He got into his truck and drove down the road in search of his friends. He went about 4 miles, but there was no sign of them anywhere. Then he heard some laughter in the distance. He followed the sound and saw the animals walking through the woods. He got out of his truck, walked into the forest, and asked, "What's going on here?" "We couldn't stand it," said Edna. "We've tried to cheer you up, but nothing's worked. So we're running away. Well, walking away." The other animals nodded in agreement. "Well, that's no way to solve a problem," said Farmer Fred. "You don't just leave. Sure, I'm serious, but that doesn't mean you have to be. And besides, we're family. I take care of you. I need you. Not to mention that you're safe on the farm. You'd probably be eaten by lions in a day or two out here in the woods." Other lions in the woods. The animals thought about this for a moment. As they whispered to one another about the lion issue, Farmer Fred mumbled, "Cows and chickens running wild in the woods. Hee hee." Uh-oh, he thinks that's kind of funny. Edna turned quickly and said, "What was that?" "I think he laughed a little," said Bernie. "Yes," said a chicken. "I heard it. It wasn't much, but he did laugh." So why did Farmer Fred finally laugh? What made him laugh? Yes, he thought it was funny that cows and chickens were running wild in the woods. "Well," said Edna, "in that case, you're witty enough for us, Farmer Fred, and we care about you too. I guess we can go back to the farm." The other animals nodded their heads and said things like, "I agree," and "Good idea," and "Let's go back." They hopped into the truck and Farmer Fred drove them home. From that day forward, they were able to make Farmer Fred laugh a little more, especially by bringing up the idea of cows and chickens running wild, although he still doesn't say anything funny about corn. So now let's think about theme. What is this story's topic? I think this story's topic is about not being serious all the time or listening to others when they say they want something. Okay, so look for a lesson a character learns or can teach. So the cows and the chickens and all the animals were trying to make Farmer Fred laugh, but he never laughs. And then what happened? Well, they all left. And then Farmer Fred was sad, not just serious, he was sad, and he didn't like that. So his theme would probably be that, so the characters were not, Farmer Fred was not happy, so the theme would probably be that we need to listen to others in our family and see what they want. I think that's the moral of this lesson, because he didn't listen to what the cows and the chickens, the other animals, which he said was his family, he didn't listen to what they want, so they left. And he realized that he needs to listen to them, and he not only needed to have fun sometimes, but he needed to listen to the other members of his family. So that's how we figure out what a theme is in a story.